Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Center, and today we have a Motorola E7 Power with a broken display, and David here is gonna fix it for us. Let's go! This video is about this Motorola E7 Power with a broken display, and we're gonna replace it with this one. You can see that we have the replacement display in hand, and we're gonna start by removing the SIM card tray and detach the back cover, which is a bright orange. It's made of plastic, no adhesive, so we just have to pry it off the sides and see how we can remove it. And then as usual, there's some booby traps like this flex cable that you need to be careful with, because that's sometimes the fingerprint scanner at the back. So when we remove this one, we have to remove first the shroud for the main board, and then we can access the connector for the flex cable. It's very thin and narrow, and it can be easily snapped off, which is not a good thing to have on a very budget device because it's more expensive to source than the replacement display. We're detaching the battery in the display connector so we can test if the replacement display is working or not. So far we can see that there's display on the replacement screen. We can also try to recharge it. So at this point we can see if the phone is acting unusually or abnormally. And we can see that there's a lot of problems on this device, and aside from this very battered display, we also noticed that it's not really working well with the replacement screen. So we'll see if we can fix it along the way. We're gonna remove the connector for the battery as we remove this cover for the daughter board at the bottom. This plastic cover, we're gonna unscrew it and pry it off the device to reveal another connector for the display, which I think is contributing to the fact that it's not really functioning well and it's preventing the device from booting up properly. So we're gonna remove the battery now. This battery is also very thin and very wide, which is kind of a bad combination because when you pry it from the side, it tends to warp or bend. So David here is slowly agitating the adhesives beneath the battery, and he's also slicing it with his scalpel. And it's not a very sharp metal object, it's just something that you can remove the adhesives. And now we can put the battery in its proper form. No damage, no puncture, which is good. Never puncture your lithium batteries, guys. It tends to make smoke or even cause fire. Now we're going to proceed to the removal of the display. This is held on by adhesive, so we're gonna try to do this as smoothly as we can, although it's not really coming off easy this time. There's a lot of glass debris and shards on the corners that are still left, so David here is wearing thick gloves to prevent cuts and bruises. The adhesives is fortunately not that strong, so we can easily just pry it off if we start it from a certain side or corner. So the flex cable for the display is gonna go through the channel cutout. So this is just a quirky display. You have two connectors to the main board and to the daughter board. So let's see if we can install the new battery the new screen and see if we can resolve that issue that we saw earlier. And before that, we're still gonna clean this thing up. There's some glass shards on the top and bottom sides. and also the adhesives, the old adhesives, so we can install fresh liquid glue that will make this replacement screen stick to the chassis. We'll test first the fit of the display. No liquid glue for this one. Let the flex cable pass through the slot, and it all looks good. So liquid glue on the sides. We're just gonna skip the camera part because it's gonna interfere with the lens. Now we're gonna attach the replacement screw. It's tricky because you're managing two flex cables through the main housing. Now we're gonna connect the bottom part and the top part. There's also adhesives beneath this flex cable, so it can be fitted to the main housing as well. Stay put. Connect the top connector. Then press the rest of the flex cable. Install back the battery. You can still reuse the adhesives at the back of the battery, and we're gonna test if it works. Turns on, it's a good sign. But unfortunately at this point, it's not a successful repair. So we're gonna do another fix